This is dirty trucking. Oh man, it is. What time? We're into day 3 of the nonsense. It's 8:31 p.m. here in Detroit, and I didn't really want to think this. I didn't really want to. I really don't want to believe this, but it's looking more and more like there's some outside agencies involved with what's going on with me and my job. I didn't want to think that. Because I told you, every time there's a news story or a case that needs to be solved, some weird shit started happening to me. And I'm starting to link the weird shit in these cases together. And 2 and 2 is coming up to 4. And it's coming up to be revealing to me it may be possibly the agencies that I have been contacting for help that may be that's possibly causing this or involved with this or using me through my employment. I don't want to think that, but that's what I'm seeing. So we're into day 3 of this, and Uber, they flagged my account because of the suspicious activity, but then they saw that it wasn't compromised and claimed that they had restored all access. I still can't log in. This incident happened Sunday due to that hacker contacted me. And let me tell you something about that hacker. Now, I told you I did a reverse search the other day, and the initials of the person came up AG. So that was doing a reverse search. But my phone did a better search. And the initials is not AG. The name starts with a C. The last name begins with a G. And in fact, the last name is Guadalupe. That phone number belongs to someone, last name, first initial C, last name Guadalupe, and who lives, the phone number is linked to California. So I don't know if that person is currently in California or residing here somewhere in the Michigan area, Detroit area, and still maintaining that California phone number. So that I won't be able to tell. That somebody else would have to track that phone to see where it is. But that's who the number belonged to that called my phone, the 323 area code, is a California area code. And the guy that talked to me on the phone, the guy's name associated with that number is Mexican. The guy that I talked to is not Mexican. He sounded like an African American, and then I could tell he was African American because he went into that same conversation that normally those guys do when I start disputing what they're talking about. And he went into, well, if you're going to continue to argue with me, I'm just listening to your voice. So what did you do? What did you do? You set that shit up using somebody else's phone number because the pickup name was Lex. Somebody's supposed to be picked up named Lex, Lex, down in Bedford Lane in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. Use my motherfucking account, ping my phone, I end up accepting that trip because it was in the area after I just dropped off somebody at Beaumont Hospital, which is up the street from that location where I was at, where that house was. I get to the house. The map takes me all the way to the house, but I'm sitting there and I'm looking up at the address. I don't see any physical house address. And those addresses of those houses right there are 3 numbers. 6 something, 640, 68 something. But there was no address on my GPS. It was just a street. But the GPS guided me straight in front of that particular house. It deads in on the street. Then while I'm sitting there, the GPS sends me a message saying, and it's saying something that it don't never say. Uber is sending a message saying that please contact the rider. But the rider sometimes don't be sending those messages. Uber send them generic. But it didn't say, please contact the writer. It said the writer wants you to contact them. That's what it said. The writer wanted me to contact him. So I contacted the writer through the app and getting on the phone with this dude that sounds like a black guy. Now, he could be a white guy, but he sounds like a black man on the phone, telling me he needed me to go offline. He needed to verify who I am. He's been talking about there was a report that somebody said, report from another writer that I showed up as a man when the app said I was supposed to be a female. And I've heard that before. Somebody did that before when I was driving that Toyota. I was on my way to a pickup and somebody messaged me through the app telling me, why are you using a fake name? I immediately canceled the ride. I don't play these fucking games. What the fuck you mean I'm using a fake name? What the fuck I got to use a fucking fake name for? So I canceled the ride. So while I was sitting here, I told you while I was sitting here and didn't have no car, Uber sent me a message that said, somebody said, I made them feel uncomfortable. I didn't even have a car. I hadn't worked for Uber in damn near 3 weeks. I got 2 tips during those 3 weeks. I didn't even have a car. Where did those tips come in from? You mean to tell me that Ryder waited 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later to add a tip? Well, it's possible because Uber will keep popping their name up for you to give them a tip until they just stop popping the name up. So that's possible. But a message that I made somebody feel uncomfortable, no. There was no ride. And also, I was sitting here, received a message from Uber when I had that red Toyota, that somebody said that a third party said that I was riding somebody else in the car. Now, that was one of the messages. Then another party said my picture I didn't match the description of my picture on my my fucking account. And I don't want to believe. Now, I'm going to let you in on something. My father sued Detroit police years ago when I was a kid, and he won. My father did. My father sued Detroit police, and he won. So Detroit police already know who I am when I call. They know exactly who I am and who I'm the daughter of. My father sued them and won. He did. My father sued the Detroit police and won. So the police are very aware who I am. Probably when I put in for the police force, they probably saw that. Made it one of their determining factors why I wasn't on the police force. But you said it was because I owed the state. And when I found an attorney over in that building where that happened at, when I had to go involved in that, they said they don't know how they even knew about that. It's not even on your record. Well, I said, well, that's what they told me. The reason I couldn't become a Detroit police officer. They also put in for the FBI. I was discriminated against because of my age. You want to know my age? I got discriminated about my age, so I don't think I even put in the application. I remember talking to them on the phone. I was inquiring about being an FBI agent. So this has been going on for years with these law enforcement agencies. And I don't want to think, in my mind, I don't want to think that a law enforcement agency has been behind setting up this shit going on with me, interfering with my income, jeopardizing my motherfucking housing, and my finances, and all these other weird-ass inquiries. I don't want to think that law enforcement here in Michigan has been involved with doing that shit. Because if they have, somebody needs to know about it and put a stop to that. If they are the ones responsible for this. Because I'm more and more noticing the shit that's happening to me corresponds with cases. So let me tell you what happened with Uber. I told you Uber likes to lure me to certain places. So, Mount Belle Isle, I had a pickup at the Detroit Yacht Club on Belle Isle. I'm not thinking nothing of it. When I ride up there, I had a memory when my sister told me she got invited to a party on the Detroit Yacht Club by a police officer. I think it was, or a firefighter, one of the two. It was somebody in that law enforcement, in the agency. She got invited, and she attended a party at the Detroit Yacht Club. So that was my memory driving over there, because I've never been over that bridge to the Detroit Yacht Club. It's on Belle Isle. And I've never been in there. I don't go in there. I have no reason to go in there. That is a club you have to be a member of. And I had a pickup at the Detroit Yacht Club. I'm not thinking nothing of it. Till I run across a news story that somebody named James went missing at the Detroit Yacht Club. They just found his body. Say he went missing 9 days ago from the Detroit Yacht Club. They just found his body. Now, I don't want to think they've been using me. Law enforcement would be doing something like that. I don't want to think law enforcement would be taking a citizen that is not being paid and using them to help solve a case. I don't want to think that, but it would explain why when I come around, when I call about something happening to me, they don't want to take my complaint, or they laughing at me, or like the officer in Grosse Pointe want to tell me he gets a lot of people, a lot of people come in here tripping. They look crazy. That might explain why I'm hearing that. I don't want to think that law enforcement, the Detroit police, or state troopers, Michigan State Police, I don't want to think that any of these agencies might be involved with what's happening to me by setting up shit through my motherfucking job, because I know that I find out shit. So you decide to use a civilian, put me in a dangerous situation, put me in a situation where I could lose my housing, almost lost my apartment, and I'm back up in this situation again. I don't want to think the law enforcement agencies that I've been contacted has a fucking thing to do with this. I don't want to think that. But that bird in my head is saying they is. But I don't want to think that. But they want to say I'm tripping and calling me crazy. I don't want to think that, but maybe that's why they promoting that scenario about me. Maybe. But I don't want to think that. So let me give you another case. I told you that guy called me. Talking about he needed to, what the fuck do this guy think he is? Talking about he needed to verify me and verify who I am making these earnings. First of all, what the fuck are you doing looking at my earnings? You a customer support. What the fuck were you doing looking into my earnings? See, that's how people get robbed. That's how people get killed. That's how houses get broken into. That's how people get ripped off from this very shit right here. People having access to knowing what you make and having access without you knowing they got access, knowing that these people has been looking into your finances. What the fuck were you doing, man? Up in my finances. Danny, I just contacted the Better Business Bureau. Filed a complaint about Uber. They sent me a message talking about they don't get involved with employment matters. But is it employment matter? I'm a business complaining about bad business practices. So where did employment come in at? I'm a business. I'm independent. Where did employment come in? But in the email, use this email to promote ads. And the ad he had attached into the recent email I just got was from the IRS. Now you attaching ads in your emails. That shit can include, that could be spam. It could be a virus. It could be malware. All in that shit. You attached an ad to your motherfucking email from me. And then the killing part, the email came from Florida. The case for Uber is in California, San Francisco, at that Better Business Bureau. I just got an email from the Better Business Bureau in Florida concerning the Uber case. Uber's not in Florida, it's in San Francisco. The email prior to that was from San Francisco. And then I got an email at 8:24 p.m. from the Better Business Bureau in Florida, who was the case of Hertz Rental Car. Florida handles Hertz Rental Car because that is the location and headquarters of Hertz Rental Car. It's Florida. So why would I have an email concerning something that happened at Uber coming from Florida, Better Business Bureau? This is the game they play. And then they attach the ad to the fucking email. That's how that malware and shit get into my email. So let me tell you something else I linked to it. So let me tell you. The guy, when he got on the phone, gonna tell me I need to make sure you the person earning these earnings. How the fuck you know what the fuck I'm earning, bitch? That's what the fuck I want to know. I don't know what nobody else earning around here. I ain't got access to nobody else's bank account. I don't know what your paycheck is. I don't know what you earn for the fucking week. But these people seem to keep monitoring my earnings. Every job I get. So let me tell you what I think is going on here. So I run across another news story. Somebody's under investigation here in the Detroit area. The guy that's dealing with the Riverfront Conservatory. The state police is investigating him because of financial matters. And I told you, this is what they do. When they start investigating people, they start doing shit to me that's what they trying to look for or find out in their investigation. And then when I get angry and mad making these videos, that's how they get their fucking information. You don't use psychics for free. You don't use clairvoyance for free. And you don't get to use a citizen for free as an informant, unknown informant. What are you doing? Are you using me as a secret informant, unpaid? I don't want to think that, but that's what I'm beginning to think. Those two cases. How did I end up Detroit Yacht Club? I ain't never been there in my life, but I get an Uber ride to pick up there. Then I run across the news story. Some dude done disappeared at the yacht. I don't know that motherfucker. What you think I'm gonna do? Swim in the water till I find him? Or is it law enforcement may be using that device too, and that's the reason I'm feeling this shit? Because I could tell by everything that has happened to me, their reluctance in taking the report. They always don't want to do anything. Tell me it's a small claims case. It's a civil matter. But yet this shit, who switched my journal? Which agency was involved with that? Who came in here and switched my motherfucking journal that I designed and you found out you made a fucking big ass mistake? And if they are involved with this, you know what you've done? This shit that happened at Uber took a turn for the worse. Them motherfuckers banned my account. And they've been coming up with all kind of excuses to cover up their involvement with helping you do this shit. Abuse of your authority cause an employment agent where I'm working at to bully and abuse me. And I'm sitting up here not working because these motherfuckers want to solve a case for some motherfuckers I don't even know. But I don't want to think that. I want them to continue to think I'm fucking crazy. I want them to continue to tell everybody I'm fucking nuts. But it's looking more and more likely that these agencies that I've been contacting have been involved with this fucking shit. You're the reason I'm sitting right here right now. And you may have been involved with what happened when I had that 14052 popped up as a bill. But I don't want to think that. But I have been putting cases and what's been happening to me together. And it's seeming like when do law enforcement get to use a citizen without their knowledge, without compensation, placing me in areas, alluring me, having my job send me to an area that's involved with a case. Do the president know that they doing this? Do Congress know that law enforcement has been doing this? Do the Senate know? They don't give a fuck, because I called the Senate today about what happened to me in Uber. You know what he said? What are you calling us for? So what are you calling us for? That was my Michigan State Senator's office, Debbie Stebanow's office, the guy that answered the phone. What are you calling us for? Oh, why am I in this state? I need to get the fuck out of this state. I don't need nobody using me and lying about it. I'm sitting up here and can't work. And these motherfuckers on some solve a case free shit. Cause you can't find out. You gonna send me in there to find out? The fuck is wrong with you? And that's exactly what I think going on here. I think the very law enforcement agencies that I've been contacting has been doing this shit to me. They have been putting me in a position where I'm endangering my health, getting upset and angry because of a position they put me in, to have no income, to lose my housing. You did this. I be goddamn. You did this. They've been doing this shit. You have been doing this shit. And pretending like it's a hacker. A hacker. Is it a hacker we gotta catch? Or is it somebody in one of these agencies I've been talking to that we gotta catch? Which one is it? Was it really a hacker that caused this problem at Uber? Because let me tell you something. They flagged my account. They told me they seen it wasn't compromised and then sent me an email saying that I should be able to log on. I can't log on. This went on for 2 days. Monday, all day Monday. Then they started, when I get on the phone with them, now they started telling me I'm being investigated. I don't have no email saying I'm being investigated. Why would I be investigated? Your hacker contacted me through my app. Why did you even log me off my app in the fucking first place? They was wrong for that. They need to be sued for that. But you know why I can't get no lawsuit? Because they involved with this shit. They ain't finna sue these people because they involved with helping them, let them use me for this shit. And I'm putting it out there. I want to find out if it's the law enforcement agencies that I've been contacting for help been doing this shit. That's what the fuck I want to know. Have they been doing this shit to me and been the sole cause of everything that has happened to me? Now Uber coming up with these different scenarios. Told me, yes, some documents missing. No, I don't. That's a rental car. All the documents get uploaded with that car when they attach it to my account. Ain't no documents fucking missing. Then they tried to say, then I got a message talking about my account was deactivated. My account is not deactivated. They sending all kind of fucked up ass messages. These are the customer service reps that I'm talking to at Uber by chat. They sending this shit in email. They got it written down in email, and I got every last one of them. That let me know that they involved with this shit. And then the most recent one where they talking about, where they said they put the suspension on my account. I got earnings on my app that I can't get to. And that is illegal to withhold access to my goddamn earnings. I don't give a fuck what the fuck you investigating. That is illegal for you to withhold me from getting to my goddamn earnings on my fucking app. I don't give a fuck what you investigating. That ain't got shit to do with me. That is illegal in the state of Michigan to withhold access to my motherfucking earnings. And I told Uber that before. I can't log in. I can't go. The app won't let me log in. I can't get to the screen to go online because it won't let me log in. And not only can I not log in my driver's app, I can't log in my rider's app. So what the fuck really going on here? Why did you have me down there at the house at Grosse Pointe? Who was that on the fucking phone? Because that wasn't a Mexican. But the name to the goddamn phone number is a Mexican. You think you the only one that can find out shit? You know what you fucking done with this shit? Whether it was a hacker, whoever the fuck you were. I don't know if there's any other drivers involved with this shit. I think Uber just been lying to me all the way around. I got a contact from, what's her name? The name start with an A at Uber, telling me she was a support supervisor. Talked like she was going to get this straightened out right then. Told me she going to give me $25 credited to my account for the inconvenience. $25 fucking dollars. And I done missed 2 days. You know how much I can make in a goddamn day? She gonna tell me $25 fucking dollars. And we going into day 3 of this shit. Day 3. See, that's why I want an online business. Because if I got an online business, them motherfuckers can't fuck with me with that shit. And if you do try, then they gonna know it's you. I need that job where we can catch you doing this shit. Because right now, you can pin this shit on anything else. It was a hacker. It was an error. That's what they're trying to say is now. It was technical error. Ain't no damn technical error. The message said that you flagged my account in error. It wasn't no technical error. To flag my account, that means somebody at your Uber flagged the account. At your securities and risk team, somebody there flagged that account. Then you send me emails talking about you removed it, but I can't log in. So you playing emotional games now. That's what they doing. And the woman told me that when I was on the phone talking to her about that hacker. She said they trying to draw emotion out of you. That's what she told me. She confessed that to me on the phone. They trying to draw emotion out of you. And that's what they've been doing. You've been making me fucking upset. And I can't do nothing about it. If the Supreme Court find out that it was indeed law enforcement that has been responsible for everything that has happened to me or has been happening to me, I wish I can get this case in court. But you know why I ain't gonna get it in court? Because they involved with that shit. Everybody here is involved with that shit. You sit up here and risk my motherfucking income, my safety, and my livelihood. And they been fucking playing games and lying to me. That last email I got, the name on it said DEC, December, abbreviated December. You know what December is? See, that's what happens. This the games that happen when they know what you got in your mail. I had that collection agency sent me that invoice, that 140.52 invoice. I wanted the invoice, so in case I do go to court, I got the actual invoice. The invoice came in the mail, and this shit been in the mailbox, and this shit had jumped off. Because the guy got on the phone talking about that is a rental car, isn't it? This motherfucker even knew it was a rental car. But this was a hacker pretending he was Uber support. But he knew the color of the car, the make of the car. He told me the license plate of the car. He told me it was a rental. He even called my motherfucking phone. Had me log off the app twice. Told me to go offline. I need you to go offline. Because he's trying to hack into something, get access to something. Now I need you to click the 3 dots and go into your Uber wallet and tell me how much in it. That's what he said. He need to verify if it's me making these. This is what I don't understand. You seem like it's so shocking that a black person is making money. Is that shocking to fucking you? Or is it shocking that somebody that you sit up here and falsely accused of being crazy was making money? Is that the shocking part? Is that what you want to portray to people? I'm crazy. And you want to know how I'm making this money? You assuming I'm doing something illegal? And then you're going to sit up and use the phone number of a Mexican. So what's that telling me? That you searching for drugs or you looking for drugs and you were trying to use me. That's what I fucking think going on. Now, how much shit of this shit true?